Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about how to add or subtract time. So let's just get straight into it. I'm going to just zoom in here. So my question is, how long was the movie if it started at 3:46 p.m. and finished at 5:35 p.m.? So there'll be two methods of working the question out. The first method is just counting in your head and seeing how long it takes, remembering that minutes, they stop when it gets to 60. So once it gets to you might not be able to see that. I might just bring that down a bit. Once you get to 360, once you get that 46 to 60, it then will go back to 0, and that will change the hour up one. So now it'll be 4 o'clock. So if you're adding, don't forget that it swaps every 60. So if I'm on 346 and I want to add up to 535, I'd first of all start on the minutes. So I'm on 46 and I want to get to 35. So I'm going to add up. So I would personally try and add up to the next 10 if I found it hard to go to the next 60. So I want to get it to 35. Right now I'm on 46. I want to add up. So I could plus 16 because I know, I could plus 14 because I know that would be up to 4 o'clock. But if I didn't know that, I could just do plus 4 minutes. This is how I'm going to write it. So I've got 0, this is hours. This is going to be tens of minutes, and this is going to be minutes to help you know what I'm doing. So I'm going to add 4 minutes. So now I'm on visually, or in my head I'm thinking of this, but this is how I'd do it if I was writing it. I'm right now at 3:50 because I've added 4 minutes. I want to get to 4 o'clock, so I'm going to add 10 minutes. So now I'm at 4 o'clock, because I've added 10 to 50. So now on 4 o'clock, what am I going to need to do to get to 35? I'm going to add 35. So now I'm at then my new time is now 4:35, and now what am I have to add to 4:35 to get to 5:35? I'm going to add 1 hour. So add 1 hour 0 minutes, and now I'm at 5:35. So all up, I added 4, then 10, then 35, then an hour. So if I added all of those together, I'd have my new time. So I've got 4 and I would possibly do it this way. I'll just say I've got 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 plus 35. I could write it out and do it like this. I could go 35 plus 14. That would be one way of doing it. It's 49. And then just add my hour. So it was an hour and 49. Another way of doing it would be I could just add it up like this, like 4 plus 0 plus 5 plus 0. Sorry, it's not perfectly lined up. If you did it, you would do it more neater than I am. So it's 9. Then 0 plus 1 plus 3 plus 0 is 4. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1 hour 49. So that'd be method 1 of doing it. I'll show you method 2. Method 2 would be doing our subtraction like this. So I'm on 5:35 p.m. and I want to take away 3:46. So to do this, first of all, it's really important that we remember that time clocks over every 60. So as an example, if I was going to write it as 535 take away 346, if I just said it wasn't time, it's just numbers. For me to go 5 take away 6, I have to go to this side, take away 1 to make it 2. Now it's got 15 take away 6, and it works a bit like that. When we're looking at time, it doesn't swap over every what we call base 10 model. We call this base 10, where it swaps every time you get to a 0, and then you add 1 to the next column. For time, it doesn't work like that. It works like that, I guess, for our ones of seconds. But once we get to tens of seconds, once we get to 6, so when we get to 60 minutes, it then stops and becomes an hour and does the same other way around. If it's hours and it gets to 0 hours and 60 minutes, well then it's now gone into minutes. So yeah, that would be the same as if you were doing it into days. If you got it to 24 hours, it now becomes a day. So let's do that. So I've got 5 take away 6. I can for now do it normally, so I can't do it, so I'll go to the next one, cross out, make it a 2. So now it becomes 15. Yeah, so I took 1/10 off a minute to my ones of a minute. So now 15 take away 6, which is 9. I've got 2 take away 4. I can't do, it's too small, so I've got to go to my hours, cross it out, make it a 4 hours. Now instead of, here's the tricky bit, instead of adding a 1 to make it 12, I can't do that. And that's because, remember, an hour is worth 60 minutes. So because I'm converting it into minutes here, I have to add 60. So 1 hour is worth 60 minutes. So I'm going to have to add plus 6. I'm adding 6 to this 2. Yeah, so because of that, this 2, so 2 plus 6 is 8. Okay, so 85 minutes, it would be the same as, 4 hours and 85 minutes is the same as 5 hours and 35 minutes. I've just moved 60 minutes from the hour section, move that 60 minutes to the minutes column. That's why I was allowed to do that. So you remember, the trick is you always, if I'm taking one away, I always have to add 6 if I'm going from hours to minutes. And technically I'm adding 60 minutes. So I'm adding a 0 here, which won't change it. So that's okay. So I've got 8 take away 4 is now 4. 4 take away 3. So 4 hours take away 3 hours is 1 hour. So I've got the same answer, 1 hour 49. Hopefully that makes sense. It'll be actually the same if I'm adding. So very quickly, 5, 3, 5. Let's just pretend the question was saying what's this plus this. Plus 3, 46. Actually, I might change the number so it's bigger. Let's go. No, I can't have 7. Oh no, I can do. Sorry, that would still work. Sorry, for now I'll just do this, whatever. So if I just had 46. All right, so 5 plus 6 is 11. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Because I can't have such thing as end 81 minutes, I'm actually going to have to convert this. So instead of 81 minutes, I'm actually going to have to cross out my 81 and take away 60, because you can only have 60 minutes in every, you can have a possible of 59 in the minute section because it stops when it gets to 60. So I'm going to take it away. So 8 take away 6 is 2, and 1 take away 0 is still 1. So I've now removed this 60, and it's now going to add as a whole extra hour. So I'm just going to plus 1 because I've moved 60 minutes from the minute section, changed it to an hour, and put the hour over in the hours section. So now I can go 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 3, so 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9. So my time is 9:21. So if it's what will the time be if it was 5:35 p.m. and they watched the movie for 3 hours 46 minutes? The time will now be 9:21. So that's how you add, and this is how you subtract. Hopefully that makes sense. All the best.